Hi, this is Ishio, and welcome back to the KFC visual novel. I can't remember the exact name of it, I'm sorry. But we have reached day 2. We have just woken up, and we're attempting to process the wild visions that we just had. We had a really weird dream. Or were they premonitions? And then there was that big secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, was it? Except it was censored out. It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, it makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet with your bestie in front of school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little bit strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank. Like him, like? I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's just something about him. I like him. I like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but it makes sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with the new boy, like I am with Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning? You're a thing now? We definitely connected, yeah. Wow, sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, just like I said, a secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here or what? Miriam checks to make sure that you're alone before continuing. So, this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favour, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavour was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Yeah, did you just put weird, creepy drugs in your food? Whatever, anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be of much use to anybody. Please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? Tell her the ingredient, make up a fake one. I'm sorry, Miriam. A secret's a secret, and we were trusted. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about, Eye of Newt? I know, it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow. Her eyes light up, imagining such a thing, and you figure out that you've satisfied her curiosity, and she's going to move on now. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. It's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom fills the air. We know what that means. It's Colonel Sanders. He's on a horse, and he's arriving at school. Run to him. Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on the rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You're so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realise anybody was watching. Don't worry, he knows the way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beauty you have. What a horseful beauty. What? That's what I said, yeah? Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, he just gets really nervous around people he likes. What? Not helping. They got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile, as if to say, situation handled. I can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really, really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try to get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulders, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you can handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own? Okay. And like you're not interested, but get a closer look. Tend to start acting immature. Yeah, I'm not interested, but I'm going to sneak a peek anyway. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try to cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset him. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal, even if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognise it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spork monster. That's the same book that I found in the quad last night. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch him in his mouth. We're playing. You're being bullied, son. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Okay, here's Clank. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over to Van Van's meaty foot. Okay, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You hit my foot. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do nothing. That's it. Womp womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. That's it. No, your mother was a stand mixer. That's it. That's it. Sort him out. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ash's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan? Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He is a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologise for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog Betty, please, he loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favourite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed the chicken sign. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Hello? Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? I mean, water, a shimmering pepper, a dog biscuit. How about the pepper? A brightly coloured pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it and eat it. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, it's the dead guy. I'm sorry you died. This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message. You must avenge my death. Fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... What? I was just saying to fulfill your destiny. All you gotta do is... sorry, I got some spice stuck in my throat. It's really hot, you know. It's fine. It'll work through. Seriously, it's super hot. To fulfill... Stop. Oh, it's hot. The prophecy? You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh, man. Okay, you come to and find that everyone's staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth? It's gone forever now. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he's gonna forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Wow, before anybody can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Okay. Are we going to accept the challenge? Oh, it's a tricky one. I'm not sure what to do. So, shall we do it? Okay, you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, right? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he's going to put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little bit of sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope it's a message that lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you're going to be forced to pick randomly. Okay, what temperature does water boil at? 100 Celsius, that's right. But how would you have even gotten into this school without knowing that? When it gets to rub my furry belly, let that enticing offer motivate you. Okay. You're going to need to season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you do have an idea. How many herbs and spices? 11. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. The tail wagging intensifies. This is some serious business. Now you got some basic steps going. It's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most favour? What? I don't know. Wrong! I'm begging you to get it together. Okay. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that plate. Now would be a good time to harness energy. Where does it come from? What? Where you're from, that's it. This is your shot. You're not going to miss it. Hell yeah. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is a sign of success? Sizzling. Wrong. Oh shit. Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out the corner of your eye. I believe in you. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're trying to do. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy? What? No. Missed it. You're stranded on the deserted island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. I'm really messing up. Sorry, what's the question? I'm messing up. You're really struggling to keep up now. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colourful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into the stand mixer, and as you do, the crowd gasps. Wow, yikes. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilised in the kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Yeah. You might not have any hands, but Ushio does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There is an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realise how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer and rescue your dough before it's overmixed. No, don't do that. You're not fast enough. Your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You can't go on. That's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of the injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on the journey of flavour that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Ushia to do the honours, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult for you. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you find a delicate fried chicken croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways tender nugget, and pearls of blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed, as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger to his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his moustache. Internalize the rage. Or block it. I can't say nothing. I lost. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people would have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run from the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and the small fire. We should get that checked out, you know. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths, and I've arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been like that. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labour or money would deter me from giving the best shot I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changed focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay. Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. Is the small monster again? Bulko? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologise. I know what it's like to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Thanks, Bulko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologise for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I didn't believe it. You were human? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student, until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Where have I heard that before? Precisely. I procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, Can you respect it? You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I'll be there. Sounds to me that there are some bad cooks in the Kitchen of Life. I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway. Can we discuss it? A personal invitation? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Cool. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you ever been working on any new recipes on your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavours and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, something crispy, both perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it secret? Let's tell him. You decide that you're as ready as you're ever going to be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnifique! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I could admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him some more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realise that now would be a perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item. Okay, we can explore. Got a chicken. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realise it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? It must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Okay, what is this? This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders, and then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens, and inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Okay, I don't recommend that. What is this, an urn? Okay, there's a plaque on it. It's dusty, and when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Oh, open door. Well, what's this though? A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. It's a power tool. Okay. Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating in the lake? Summer of 69? No. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's whatever this is. Okay. What is this next to it? A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realise that the hair therein isn't just silvery in colour, it's actually made of spun silver. Okay, what is this view? You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of the student pops up. "Oh, are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?" "What? No, I didn't even know your name. Why would I avenge you?" "I could just tell you my name. It's... Look, can't you see I'm in the middle of something important?" You open the window a crack, and the ghost of the student is swept out with the breeze. We're always harsh to that guy. Got these photos. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. What is this? The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. I'm assuming that these are real photos that you can find. Maybe this is where he discovered one of the secret herbs and spices. Okay. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and moustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of a company they founded, am I right? Okay, Sly. So I think that is everything. Let's check out the door. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off the hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. This is a bit invasive. Wow, they say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing one of his jackets. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh wow, I forgot to take this off. Make you move, tell him you're cold, fess up and tell the truth. Always tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel. Yes? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take it slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Okay, it's time for another dream. It's so weird, these dreams, but I think that is, it's got the dead guy as well. Yeah, that is it for this episode. This is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.